Well, and Hank's the smart one. So will you guys put your hands together for, we're going to, Doc Coleman.
This is fine. You mentioned Buddha earlier. Do you know why Buddha died? Buddha died to end starvation and pain. He killed himself because he was going to end starvation and pain. Now we all know that starvation and pain is still around. So there's another reason why Buddha is not one that you really want to put your faith into. I'm going to ask you a question, and scientifically we're going to... Well, hello there. How are you? And you be careful in the lab. There's a lot of things in here that hurt you.
I heard about it. I want to go check it out.
That's right. Well, you just be careful. There's a lot. And say, Hank wants you to leave the fire extinguisher alone. He's partial to that.
What is this doodad over here?
That doodad? Well, that's really not the tip. Oh, there! Oh! Okay. Yeah, that's the living water, give yourself a home perm thing. Okay. I'm going to ask you a question. Don't answer this question. Don't answer this question until you've thought about it. And I will ask you this question again at the end of this little message here. Okay? Who is more special? Jesus? Don't answer. Or you? Don't answer. Think about it. I know everybody wants to put their hand up because they think they know the answer. But you'll be surprised at the answer. Hold on. When you hear that question, you assume this is a no-brainer, right? Who's more special? You or Jesus? Don't answer yet. I want to tell you, I'm going to start off with a little mathematical thing on Jesus, and then I'm going to give one at the end for you. And then we'll find out who's more special. Jesus is talked about in the Old Testament over and over again. It's predicted that he's going to come. And he did. Over 300 predictions. If you just take the first 8 predictions of Jesus on where he's going to be born, how he's going to live, how he's going to die, how he's going to conquer death. Okay? If you just take those, the odds of one man in Israel living and dying the way Jesus did, conquering death, the odds are mathematically 14 trillion to 1. Now I want to give you an idea what that is, okay? And I got these figures from a Dr. Hugh Ross, okay? I'm not making this up. If you took a stack of $50, silver coins, okay, bigger than your quarter, and you stacked them up 2 feet deep, and you covered the entire state of Texas, okay? And you only mark one of those coins, just one with a little X. And you put it in all those coins, okay? And then you blindfold someone and you let them walk any place they want in the state of Texas as long as they want. And they reach down and they grab the one coin with an X on it. That would be Jesus. That is 1 out of 14 trillion. Okay? Mathematically, which is what science deals with, mathematically, scientifically, Christ is who he claimed to be. And that does make him very special.
Yes.
We're going to cover a couple things today, and I'm going to get Hank, my helper, out to help me with this. Let me get him. Oh, this is a nice lab. The school's doing good. They got their own laboratory now and everything. Okay, hold on here. Let me get Hank out, and he's going to help us, all right? Oh. You ready? Here he goes. Everybody say hi, Hank. Hi. You want to touch that thing? You want to touch that thing over there? No, I go. I want to share with you some very important people, scientific people, okay, who recognize God and recognize Christ, okay? And the first one I want to point out is Sir Isaac Newton. Does anyone know who Sir Isaac Newton is? Yeah, he made cookies. No. Those are fig Newtons, all right. Sir Isaac Newton was born on December 25th. It has nothing to do with Jesus, but he was born on Christmas Day in 1642. Had to look that one up, all right? And he was a mathematician. He was a scientist. And you know what he discovered? I know. What did he discover? Gravity. That's right, he discovered gravity. How many people know what gravity is? Yeah, that's when something falls out of the sky. He was sitting underneath a tree one day, and hey! Do it easier. That's still hard. You do it. Oh, no. That didn't hurt. And I did it to myself. Alright, and when that fell on his head, you know what he said? I'm going to sue you, you squirrel. Get out of the tree! He started figuring out gravity and how things hang and suspend and travel around. And you know what he discovered? He discovered the same thing that Job knew in the Old Testament. Job knew in the Old Testament that the earth suspended in air, and he knew that it's suspended in space and that it was round. Christopher Columbus didn't come around for another 3,000 to 4,000 years to share that with us. And that's one of the things that science does. It looks at problems, or it looks at different situations, and scientifically, mathematically, they tell us what is possible and what's not. But even Job knew what Sir Isaac Newton found out centuries later. Guess what? Sir Isaac Newton made telescopes. He did. He made telescopes. He was one of the first people to look at the stars through telescopes. How'd you know that? I read the script. It's right there. And he did. He made telescopes and everything. But you know what Sir Isaac Newton is quoted for saying? What? You don't know? Yeah. Get out of here, squirrels! You already did that one. He said in his scientific papers that no matter how long he looks through a telescope into the stars, if he wants to see the face of God, he only has to go into his bedroom, close his door, close his eyes, bow down, and God will speak to him. God will come to him. He knew that even back then. You know, for a scientific kind of guy, he sounded like a pretty good churchgoer kind of guy. Yeah, Sir Isaac Newton. Did you know he was born in 1642? Yeah, that was a year after you. Yeah. All right, let's move up time frame real quick. How many people know that America was the first country to put a man on the moon? Y'all know that? Yep. You remember what year that was? 1969, July of 1969. I think it was July 29th of 1969. And I was real little. And when Neil Armstrong climbed out and he put his foot down on the moon, you know what he said? Woo, it's cold up here. He said
That's one small step.
Man. One small step for man, one giant step for mankind. Let me tell you something else about Neil Armstrong. He was a good dancer. Good hit me. He went to Jerusalem one time on a trip, and he walked the same route that Jesus walked, called the Via Dolorosa, which means the way of sorrows. And he stood on the same steps that Pilate saw him. And Pilate, go ahead, wash his hands of the whole thing, but let him go ahead and be crucified. And you know what Neil Armstrong said? He said, I've stood on the moon, but I have never been more excited to stand where my Savior once stood. I mean, that's pretty good. Stand on the moon and look back at the earth and to be more excited about being in the same place that Christ was standing just before he sacrificed his life for Neil Armstrong and us. I think that's pretty interesting. We're going to do one more thing I want to share with you, and then I'm going to show you my latest invention, okay? And you're going to really like that, because that question I asked you before, what was the question? Who's more special? Jesus or you? Don't answer yet. Don't answer yet. Okay? It's a trick question. All right. Everybody's heard of evolution? Yeah, evolution, and it is a theory, okay? But even Darwin, the gentleman who came up with evolution, he once said in private papers and in speeches that if it can be proven that enzymes and little organisms, if they have any motor skills, or if they are interlocking or are entwined in any way, then evolution could possibly exist. And you know what? Scientists have proved through these little microscopes, not microphones, but microscopes, that they do have motors, they do connect, they do make. It does take organisms to another organism work together to make another organism. And it doesn't happen through evolution. So I just thought you should know that little things like that have been proven through science, not through the Bible, not through the Preachers Association telling you that's the way it is. Okay? Now, would you like to see my latest invention? Yes. Okay? I have the crew bring the new invisible supersonic telescope in. All right, here they come. Don't trip them up now. This is brand new. It's going to go on the next space shuttle. This is going to replace the Hubble telescope. All right, be careful, be careful. Don't drop it.
Slow down.
Slow down.
Hurry. Baby steps.
Too slow.
Is it heavy? It looks heavy. Is it? It's heavy. Okay, bring it on up here. This is the new supersonic telescope that sees farther into space than anything else because our galaxy.
You're going to go quicker than this. It's too heavy to go to the...
Oh! Oh my gosh. Don't drop it. Be careful. Okay, guys.
That's the only knock the little part off on the front door.
There you go. Where'd you get these? Where'd you get these guys? One guy's from Lowe's, the other guy's from Home Depot. No. They drop it, they're going to blame it on Sears. Okay. All right, easy guys, easy. Bring it on up here. I want Hank to look at this telescope here. Bring her on up. Oh, man. There you go. Oh, nice and easy. Nice and easy. Hey, put right up here on the table, guys. Right up here on the lab table. Don't knock anything over.
1, 2, 3.
All right, give him a hand. That was pretty good. Do you want to touch the little thing over there again? No, I don't want you to. I just didn't know if you wanted to have another shot at it or not. No? Okay, now Hank, I got this telescope out here because it looks way, way, way into the skies. And according to science, when you look far enough into the skies, far enough into the galaxy, they claim that you're looking back at time. Okay? So here's what you do. You got to close your left eye. Close your left eye. There you go. Your left eye. Thank you. Okay, and you got to look at it through your right. Okay. No. Close the left. Hank, left. Close the left eye. There you go. Left, right. Oh, right. Okay. No.
Good thing he's not left-handed.
Oh, listen to this guy. It took you 2 hours to get the telescope here. Come on, open it up. All right, here. Close it. All right. Now, look into this telescope here. Okay, look right there. Look in that telescope. Ow! Sorry, too close. Here we go. That's the only bad thing about invisible. All right, here we go. Okay, now, what do you see? I don't know, but she's cute. Oh, stop it! Little adjustment there. All right, here we go. Now, all right, now look in there. What do you see? What is it? Look real close. I can't tell. That is a new star. That is a new galaxy being formed. Really? Where at? It's 100,000 miles, 100,000 light year miles away from here. They don't use miles, they use light years. So let me tell you how that works. Light years is when light travels at 188,000 miles a second. And for a full year, that's the distance. It's not a measure of time, it's a measure of distance. Okay? And the reason I'm pointing that out is because it's going to come back to that question, who's more important, you or Jesus? All right? Science can see those things, and they think that they're looking at things from the past, but what they're actually looking at things that are happening right now. I know it takes time for that light to pass here, so there is some time passing, but the fact of the matter is God didn't make Adam and Eve as babies. He made them as grown-ups, at least young adults. He created things with age. Certain rivers, certain mountains, they're created with age. Certain stars are older than other stars because they're created with age. So now here's my point, okay? Here's the question that we're going to answer. Who's more important, Jesus or you? And this is how it works.
You see when I do that quarter? You see this quarter? Okay? This quarter is the size of our galaxy. And if we took this quarter and we laid it down in the middle of our country, say Kansas, the state of Kansas, and we laid it down, and you looked from the sky down on the earth, and you saw the United States,
that quarter would represent our whole galaxy. All right? That means the earth would be probably the size of the eye on Washington, and not even the whole eye. It would be the size of the pupil. And on that little dot, somewhere, you guys exist. That's how small or insignificant we look at the universe. So here's my question. Who's more important, Jesus or you? We know that Jesus is more important because it's just 1 out of 14 trillion that he existed. But if he died for you, and you're no bigger than a speck on that quarter in all the universe, you must be pretty special. Let me share one more thing Brother Miller shared with me, okay? Okay. Are you guys done? Take the telescope away.
you gotta be kidding.
Oh no, just pick it up, throw it on your shoulders. You can do it. Ready? You can have a race with it. On your mark, get set, go. Just pick it up. Ah, the Union Man. I'm thinking it's for the adults. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. We're going to answer that question right now. But before you do, there's one more scientific fact you need to know. Brother Miller showed me a video this week, and you need to look it up. It's called, there's a chemical in your body. It's a protein molecule called laminin. L-A-M-I-N-I-N. Laminin. You can look it up just like that. You don't have to look at the scientist who gives the talk. Joe Giglio, I think, is the scientist. This laminin is what holds your body together. It's the glue. It's why your skin doesn't fall apart or tear. This laminin is like steel and concrete on foundations. Why buildings don't fall down, they have steel inside the concrete. All right? This is in your body. And guess what it's shaped like? It's shaped like a cross. It's shaped like a cross. That means when Adam and Eve was born, made by God, inside their bodies was literally thousands of little crosses. That's how important the cross is to God. He sent Jesus to die on a cross, but every person who is born, he has crosses inside your bodies holding you together. And the only difference between you and the rest of the world is you have the opportunity this evening to accept Christ on the cross. The one who we call very, very special, okay? The Son of God, the Son of Man, the Lamb of God, the Lion of Judah, the Prince of Peace, Jesus Christ died for you because you're just that special. Every cross that's in your body and that little chemical laminin, God will call back into his kingdom one day. All right? So you need to know that. Now, I know you're going to say the answer is Jesus, but who's more special? You or Jesus?
We are.
You can't answer it either way. Jesus is so special that he died for you, and you were so special that you need Jesus in order to be with God. It is a revolving door. It is a trick question, and that is why what science is proving. All the principles in the book of Job are being proven one day at a time. There's 50 principles in the book of Job, according to this Dr. Hugh, and we've proven 11 of them so far. If man doesn't destroy himself, or if Jesus doesn't come back, we'll probably prove them all. That's how special you are.